Hi, it's Megan. So I am going to be doing a series of videos that are the get ready with me kind of videos where I just show different looks. And the first one I did, I was really sick with the flu when I did it, and a friend of mine saw it and said, "Are you sure you want to put yourself on the internet looking like that?" And I was like, well, you know, once it's up, right? So part of the reason I'm doing another one so quickly is just to show that I don't always look that sick without any makeup on. I was actually sick that day. And then part of it is yesterday I was getting ready the way I normally do, which is like in literally 2 minutes. I'm a working mom and I really don't have time a lot of days to do like the full makeup thing, but I also don't leave the house without makeup. So this is like the 2-minute how I get ready, and I honestly would do it a little differently than I'm doing it here. I'm going to do it a little bit slower on camera just because it will be hard to follow if I do it the way I really do it. And then I also am going to do what I did with the other video, which is, you know, you can stop at a certain point or you can keep going and add on, and how much I add on depends on how busy I am. But this literally will take me about 2 minutes in the morning, and this is just a bunch of different looks that you can do depending on how much time you have. So first, right now I already have on moisturizer and sunscreen, and we're gonna assume I have makeup primer on, although I don't today because I'm trying out a new foundation. And when I'm trying out a new foundation, it takes me like a week or two or something to make up my mind with colors and stuff. 1 or 2 wears is very often enough, but with a foundation it takes a little bit longer. So this right here is the Guerlain Terracotta, and what color is this? I've got 2 colors. This is the light, and I also got the natural because I wasn't quite sure, especially given that we're heading into summer, which color would be better. So this is supposed to be a foundation, beautifying foundation with sunscreen, sun-kissed, healthy glow. So again, I have my little brush. This is the Urban Decay, which is what I use. It is wet because if I'm actually doing just like a real quick natural look, very often I won't use a foundation. I'll use like a BB cream or a CC cream, or I will water down a foundation. And a lot of times I'll water it down with like an illuminator. I'll just put a little bit of that in there, and I get just kind of a glow. But since I haven't really played around with this foundation, I mean, I've worn it a couple times, but I'm not really sure what I think of it yet. I want to see just the foundation, so I'm not going to mix it with anything right now. I didn't put enough on my hand, so I put it on my hand, and then I just pat it on. And like I said, the brush is a little bit wet, so that makes it go on in a thinner layer. And it's just, I have good skin. I've been rehydrating, and as I said in the other video, I'm going to do a video on how I've been rehydrating my skin, because I noticed that I had like huge deep lines under all in here, and I look terrible. And I've been kind of adding tons of oil and masks and all that, and drinking vegetable juice, but I'll do a separate video. And this is not going to be perfect makeup. I still haven't perfected putting makeup on camera yet, but it'll be better. My nose is still a little bit red underneath from the flu. I just like got knocked over for some reason. Okay, so that's on. Then I'm gonna do my concealer, and the Bobbi Brown is one of the easier ones for me just because I've been using it for so long, and so I'm used to it. So if I'm in a hurry, even though I have different concealers, I'm gonna go with the one that I'm most comfortable with. And so I just do that. And for me, it's really the under eye circles. Then there's a little powder here. I'll take just a little bit, a corner of a brush, and just dab that on the eyes because it matches. So just dabbing the brush in there. It matches the concealer. What I've been using lately, and I did a review for it, and I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't love it. But I'm kind of getting to like it a lot more, is the Physicians Formula. This is the Nude Collection face powder. So I really don't want to put a lot of face powder over the foundation because, again, I'm trying to see the foundation itself, but I do want to dab it just a little bit since I'm in a hurry and I want the makeup to apply better. Now, this is where I'm going to deviate a little bit. So I'll do one of 2 things at this point. Either I'll just go with a very natural blush, which I'm going to use a MAC, and I'm going to try to do mostly products that are available all the time, but occasionally I'm not going to. This MAC is not available all the time, but it's just a very natural. They've got tons of others, and lots of brands have tons of others. And the reason I'm going to do this is because if I'm really busy and running late. I'm probably not going to have time to go through my bag to see what lipsticks I've thrown in there recently, and so I want something that will go with pinks or reds or purples or whatever, so the most neutral blush possible. If I have time, before I put that blush on, and to make it last longer, I'll put some sort of a cream blush. And I usually use mostly Urban Decay. Makeup Forever has some great ones that just came out. I use MAC, and then I also been using this Josie Maran, this Argan Infinity Lip and Cheek Creamy On. This is the Coral, which I'm going to do a review for today. I have a couple other colors. And so here we're actually going to do a little bit coral. Normally I would do kind of a more peachy shade, but I just wanted to pull this one. And this is going to make the blush last a little bit longer. And I'm not going to put a lot on right now. If you use any sort of a cream blush under, then for me, at least with my dry skin, the powder blush lasts not a little bit longer, but quite frankly, a lot longer. So now I'm going to do the blush just in like a sweep. I'm not going to worry about blending everything perfectly. And sometimes actually I don't, when I'm applying it either, I end up having to do it in the car. So anyway, we put the blush on. Now I don't go anywhere without bronzer, and I forgot to bring my bronzer brush, so we're just going to use a blush brush. So now I take the bronzer, and this is an Urban Decay. It's a matte, which isn't available anymore, but I usually use this or a Smashbox one, which is available. And I'm not using one with any kind of shimmer, because again, I'm not sure what kind of lip products I'm going to find in my bag. If I have time, I'll put one on before I leave that will match. If not, I'm just kind of stuck with what's already in there. And God knows what I've been wearing lately, right? It could have been, I've been playing with fuchsias or sparkly lip glosses, who knows? Just whatever I've been playing with lately is what's going to be in my bag. And if I'm in a hurry, okay, so I put that on. Now we can stop if we want to. So I'm going to, well, there's one other step that we can't stop with. I don't pluck my eyebrows anymore. I decided about a year ago that I was going to stop, and I don't have like the hairiest, bushiest eyebrows. Occasionally one will bother me and I'll pluck one or two. So I don't really need to define my eyebrows because they're pretty dark anyway, but I love this Smashbox product. And on one end is this little brush. And so I do kind of comb my eyebrows, bushy as they are, into some sort of a shape. And I usually have to use my finger too, because I'm just not that talented with eyebrows. It's not my thing. I just decided they were looking a little too thin. I don't have a lot anyway, as you can see. I just didn't like it. Then I'm going to do the mascara, and I'll show you why I'm going to do it this way. Actually, let me use my other mirror so I don't poke out an eye. I have another mirror here, so I don't poke out my eye. And I kind of change mascaras all the time. So it just kind of depends what I'm wearing. So I'll do a quick one on that side, and then I made a little bit of a mess, so I'll clean that up in a second. This is not a waterproof mascara, but if I'm going to be going to like yoga or the gym, I would have to do waterproof. And since I very often go to yoga or the gym between work stuff, God knows what I'll be wearing. I should stop saying that in the video. Who knows what I'll be wearing by the time I make it to yoga. I have literally walked in there with like red lips before. But they're used to it. Okay, so just going to clean up under. And I'm just using my finger. But I'm actually going to do a wipe real quick. Put a little bit more. Oh wow, I really made a mess. Hope that I don't make a mess like that. Put a little bit more concealer. I have a Kleenex in here, but I'm now piling makeup on one side of the chair I'm in. Alright, so a little concealer, a little powder to set it, and I would actually in real life fix that a little bit, but I'm not going to. Okay, now it gets fun. So if I'm in a real hurry, then at this point I'm just going to put a red lipstick or a fuchsia or a bright color. And this is what I do actually after I have like a yoga class or workout. If I'm kind of running between things in the daytime and I have to run errands, I'll just put on a bright bold lip, and that's it. That's the end of the makeup. I'm done. This is a really cool Chanel thing that's got kind of So this is it. Now, adding on, either with this lipstick or with something a little bit more muted. In fact, let's leave this on. Then I would do a couple different things possibly. First is putting something on my lids. And here I'm just looking for a sheer wash of glitter actually, because since I'm gonna have almost no makeup on, and right now I've already not put any glitter on, I just want something glittery. So this is one of my favorites. This is the Urban Decay Space Cowboy Moondust eyeshadow. I love this. This is like the perfect eyeshadow just to get a little tiny wash of color. Or I also use the Urban Decay Sin Eyeshadow Primer. It does the same thing on me. So I would just take a brush and just put it on the lid into the crease a little bit. And now I just look a little bit more polished. And then I take a little brush, short brush, and put that under halfway. And I would blend that up like this. I'm probably not going to do this perfectly, but that's okay. Like this, blend it in. And so now I'm starting to look a little bit more polished. To look even more polished, next I'm going to take some sort of a highlighter. And because it's getting kind of warmer, I've said in other videos, we've had 70, 80, this week has been 90 degrees in Southern California where I am for most of the winter. So I'm kind of thinking a lot of bronzes and golds. This is one of my favorite products. It's a MAC, it's no longer available, but they do these in extra dimension powder, double definitions, what it's called, extra skin finishes all the time. So this one I can do a number of different ways. I can brush it on my eye like this with the lighter color. I can also take it and just dust it under my eyes. And this is where, by adding a little shimmer, we're adding a little bit more polish. I can also use this darker one into the blush. And again, this is kind of a bronze. It's not going to interfere too much with most lip colors. So let's take this lip color off. Alright, now I'm going to go for a more neutral look on the lips, because sometimes you just don't want to walk around with red lipstick or bright lipstick. So this is Naked Revolution lipstick by Urban Decay, and the reason I like this or any kind of warmer nude is that it gives me enough kind of color that I don't look washed out. So with a really nude or a light nude, I need to do a lot on the eyes, otherwise I look washed out. This gives me a little bit more pink, but it'll match any outfit, right? And that's part of the problem. I do my makeup before my outfit, and sometimes I'll change my mind after I do the makeup regarding what I want to wear. Okay, add a little bit more polish. So now I would bring eyeliner in. And there are a couple things I would do. If I've got more of a neutral lip, I might line my eyes in like a bright green or a bright blue or a navy blue, something that's going to be a little bit more standout if I have a couple extra minutes, because that's something I might mess up and might have to fix. I also might use kind of like a gold, which is a really neutral pencil, and just line my upper lash line and then halfway under, and then I would use a small little smudge brush like this. But I'm really in a hurry. I'm going to take a black, and this is a kohl, this is a Lancome. I like the black kohl better because if I don't have a lot of makeup on, like right now, I'm not going to get into fancy eye stuff. This is supposed to be 2 minutes. I want something that's idiot proof, and if I put it in the upper lash line or waterline, then the black kohl will migrate a little bit to the lower, but not a lot, so I don't look hard or overdone, because I look really hard and overdone unless it's like nighttime and I'm doing a really smoky eye if I do my lower lash, my lower waterline. So then I'm just going to define this. Okay, now the last little trick I have is when I am out and about and running around, I like to have kind of a lip gloss. I take my hair down now that it's basically the makeup's done. I like to have a lip gloss that I don't need a mirror to reapply. So if I go to lunch or something, God bless all you people who can eat your lunch and not wreck your lipstick, but sometimes I just like go from lunch, run to the car. So my current favorite lip gloss is Dolce & Gabbana in 143, and I'm going to do a video for this. This is like my new favorite. I love this. In Vibrant. And you can see, because I don't have too much other color on my face, just kind of the bronze type stuff, and a little shimmery gold, I can wear a wide range of lips, and with the lip gloss I can apply it without a mirror and just kind of mess it up around like that, and then it looks okay. So this is how I get ready when I have like about 2 minutes, which is super, super often. If you have tips, I would love to hear them, and feedback. Subscribe on YouTube. I'm also doing a book on YouTube called Masks, which is a novel about makeup and the masks we wear, and I'm doing that chapter by chapter. And I think that's it. Thanks.